Joining me now from Duluth, Georgia, businessman and congressional candidate for Georgia's 7th District, Mark Gonsalves. Mark, I'm going to make a statement. You tell me if you agree with it or not. The Democrat response that we have seen overall to this attack on U.S. forces by Iran proves to me that they should be nowhere near in any kind of leadership in charge positions on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. You agree?
I do agree. They use it to increase their campaign donations as well. It's one of the things that's completely wrong with politics.
And this kind of thing, in the district that you want to represent, Georgia 7, I can't imagine it plays very well. And throw in there the impeachment of this president. Is that what people in District 7 of Georgia want?
Not the clear-thinking ones. We certainly have had District 7 change its demographical profile over the last 10 years. The Republican Party almost lost this seat to our incumbent, who was our five-term congressman now, Rob Woodall. He won by 413 votes. So that gives you an idea. It was the closest race in the country, and it clearly shows that the Democrat Party has made some inroads here.
You are a businessman, as I noted, a pretty darn successful one if you look at your track history. And if people remember the company Direct Buy, this was you, Mark. Basically, I don't know how you can quantify Direct Buy, except maybe it was almost a precursor to Amazon, and it's still in business today. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you want to bring, as part of being a businessman, not unlike Donald Trump, you want to bring some fiscal discipline back to Washington, D.C.?
Exactly. Why I'm in this race is very simple. We're leaving our children with some incredible headwinds. The decisions that they're going to have to make regarding the debt, deficits, spending, no generation should be placed in that position. We'll be the first generation that delivered to the next generation a country in worse shape than the one that was bestowed to us. I find that very, very unacceptable. If you think about it, right, when the possibility of war is on our doorstep, go back to World War II. By the way, it was the last meaningful war that Congress actually weighed in on. They've abdicated their responsibilities to decide when we go to war and when we don't. That's unacceptable. So I look at it this way. We've got some big headwinds here for our children. We've gone from the greatest generation to the most selfish in 75 years. And we need people in Washington that want to take on these hard decisions. These are not easy decisions by any means, but it's very clear. It's a question of what right or wrong. Do we think it's wrong that we're delivering $23 trillion in debt to our children? Do we think it's wrong that we have a broken healthcare system that nobody can afford any longer, that we have a wide open border? These are the things, an opioid epidemic. I could go on and on.
That's why a balanced budget amendment to the United States Constitution is something that we support on this program. You're attempting, though, to primary a sitting Republican member of Congress, and a lot of people would say, hey, go after a Democrat. Georgia District 7 is kind of it's kind of northeast Atlanta. It includes a little bit of Atlanta, but northeast of Atlanta. It's heavy Republican, at least that's what the last reading was, Republican +9. Rob Woodall, though, does have a Liberty score below the Mendoza line. It's an F44%. Is that why you feel the need to primary this guy?
Well, I would say this, as I mentioned earlier, the demographics of District 7 have changed. We are a northern Atlanta suburb made up of two counties, Forsyth County and Gwinnett County. Forsyth is still a very strong Republican county. Gwinnett County, however, has changed, and we've got to be very conscious of that as a party. We can't think that this is a Cook index of +9, because it really isn't anymore.
Mark Congress 2020 is your website, markcongress2020.com, if people want more information and maybe would like to help out your campaign or maybe find out a little bit more about Direct Buy. Mark, thank you and good luck.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.